All right, it is 5:30, and I will call the Finance Committee to order. We are without a quorum currently. We're waiting on one more member to show up, so we're a little limited on what we can do until we get a quorum. However, we'll start with roll call, and we have Alder Bry and myself present. Alder Reckleberg and Alder Dunbar are excused, and Alder Schley is MIA. He will be on his way. So that's for roll call. We can do public comment with not having a quorum, so during public comment, anybody who wishes to address the Finance Committee may do so. And if you're here for any of the license renewals, this would be your time to address the committee. And you can do that during public comment before the committee would take any action on discussing in closed session. So is there anybody from the public that wishes to address the Finance Committee this evening? Yes, come forward to the table, state your name and address for the record.
Hi, Robert Dwayne, 1010 South 8th Street. I'm here in support of Lacey Minto's request for an operator's license. Lacey's one of our drug court graduates. It's my understanding that her initial review led to her being denied because of her past record, which is understandable. As I stated in the letter that I sent to her, and that I believe she forwarded on to you, when she started with us, she was every bit the person that put that record together, but for the fact that she had a very, very strong desire to change, and she has. She's remained arrest-free for, I believe, the last 8 years. She's worked full-time. She's a great mother to her children. And I know that this committee in particular, well, not the Finance Committee, but the City Council as a whole has been very supportive of people in recovery and, the second chances if they're willing to work for them. And she has. And as I understand it, she needs a license for promotion. And her employer believes she's the most qualified person, but she can't do it if she doesn't have the license. And that puts the employer in the position then of having to go with somebody who they don't think is as qualified. And I wouldn't say this about too many people, but as I finished with in the letter, if I could use my law license as collateral for hers, I would. She's kept in touch with the program over the years. I've seen that, her commitment to her family, the community, and her recovery is not a temporary thing. It's a permanent thing. And she's looking for an opportunity to make things better for herself, her family, and the community that's given her that chance. So I would strongly encourage the committee members to grant her that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And just so everyone's aware, during public comment, our rules do not allow us to have a dialogue back and forth, so it's just your opportunity to address the committee. So, is there anybody else that wishes to address? Yes.
Thank you, committee. Jason Lotfa, 818 State Street, Lighthouse Recovery Community Center, here to speak in favor of Lacey Minto's operator's license. Echo almost everything Judge Dwayne said, except I don't have a law license to bet with. But anyway, Lacey was our second employee when we opened the doors in 2018, had worked with us all the way through July last year, where she had an opportunity to go to Aldi's in the last short of a year, has had 2 promotions. This operator's license would be contingent of that position, so a big need there. She has done fantastic. She stayed engaged with the recovery community prior to Lacey working for me as executive director at the Lighthouse. I was a drug court coordinator from 2018 to 2022 while she was in the program. I've stayed engaged with her ever since. So I hope the committee takes a look at this and grants the operator's license. Thank you all for your time. Appreciate your work.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to address the committee this evening? Yes, come forward and state your name and address for the record.
Susan Connolly, 2805 10th Street in Two Rivers. I'm here to apply for to get the operator's license. Currently the general manager at BP in Manitowoc. I haven't, because of my lengthy drinking history, I haven't drank since 2019. With all my drunk driving tickets and stuff, I've did all the criteria for them back in Vernon County. I feel being here, like I said, I haven't drank since 2019. I do serve alcohol right now at the BP gas station underneath someone else's license. I've been doing that for 6 months now. Just like to have consideration to actually get my own license. And I think that's about it.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else wish to? Yes.
Hi, I'm Sarah Franz, 1076 South Main Street, Michigan. I'm asking to renew my liquor license. I've had it for the last 2 years. I got in trouble almost 10 years ago, close to 10 years ago. I followed all the conditions of what I was being requested of. I decided to take the right road instead of the wrong road. I learned from my mistakes. I'm not sure really what I can say that you haven't heard a million times, but I lead a very productive life. I'm in the 5th year of my career managing Country Visions Co-op in Michigan. I was managing one in Rapids, and now I'm actually starting in Reedsville. 10 kids at home, 7 still at home. 3 moved out. I just got guardianship of my grandchildren. I lead an overproductive life, and I'm very happy now. So I'm asking you to trust me and renew my liquor license, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Good evening. My name's Andrew Foster. I work at the Cinex off in North Rapids. I just started there about a month ago. Apparently I need a license for it to serve the alcohol and everything. So that's what I'm doing here. My convictions were in 2010, and then my latest one was 2017. I've been off my addiction for the past 9 years and doing a lot better, mentally, physically, and emotionally, of course. My family and I came out here from Colorado. Been out here for 3 years. I worked at the Dollar Tree for, 3 years total. And then like I said, just recently switched jobs. So I'm asking the council if you can, help me get approved for this so I can stay at the Cinex, because it is less physical work for myself because I do have multiple sclerosis, so I couldn't do the job at Dollar Tree anymore. That's about it.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else wish to address the committee this evening? Yes.
Hi, I'm Lacey Minto, 2018 Monroe Street in Two Rivers. I'm here because I'm trying to obtain my operator's license. I have worked really hard to get to where I'm at in not only my career, but in my life. And I'm very serious about everything that's going on in life, and this job opportunity is really huge to me. I was in drug court, and I took it very serious, and I continue to take it very serious. I stay connected with everyone that I seen when I was in there. Maintaining a job since I graduated before I even graduated drug court. I've been maintaining a job ever since, and I just want to grow. I have 3 kids at home, and I just want to give them the opportunity to have a good life as well. And this opportunity for me is really huge. So I just want to thank you for letting me speak.
Okay. Thank you. Is there anybody else that wishes to address the committee this evening? Third and final call for public comment. Seeing none, I will close public comment, and we will move on to our consent agenda. Now that we have a quorum, is there a motion, or any committee member wish to remove anything from consent? If there's no discussion, so if there's a motion to approve consent? So moved. The
Second.
motion and a second. Discussion, no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and opposed? Okay, consent passes. Move on to our discussion and action items then. We have a few of those before we get to the closed session items. First up is the request from the dugout for a temporary extension of premise. Pretty straightforward, I believe that,
Yep, and tracks to the last couple of years as
Yeah.
also that they've asked for, so.
so it's gonna happen actually before we get to council. So for some approval, we're just gonna approve it here at finance and then say it happened at council. So, any discussion? Is there a motion? Motion to
second.
approve, second. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and opposed? Okay. Move on to 26-0593, Manitowoc Marina LLC lease option to extend through March 31st, 2035.
Sure. So Attorney Nitch could not be here tonight. It is his birthday, so he is taking the night off. So I'm going to try to explain it the best I can as pinch
I
hit.
find that to be a weak excuse because it's my birthday and I'm here, so.
Well, I like to think you want to spend your birthday with me. That's why you're here. So thank you. Happy birthday, Alderman Schley. Part of the provision, as you guys are aware, we've had a historical lease with the marina, the Manitowoc Marina, running the operations of the marina down on there, and then we are responsible for any kind of the property. There is an option in there where we can extend it to, which is into March 31st, 2035. They have to do it within a certain time frame, which they are exercising now. There is a memo out there from Attorney Nitch advocating and supporting this. And at the time, the staff that deals with the marina as well would support extending this agreement. There are no changes to the agreement. It's just extending it. And then once we get past this, if there are ever any changes warranted, we can look at it at that time.
I believe the city doesn't actually have an option on it. It's up to the leasee to extend the lease if they choose to, so,
They're making the option.
yeah. So we just need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
And
Aye.
opposed? Okay, that passes. Then we'll move on to 26-0594, sanitary sewer extension by South Alverno Road. Adam?
Good evening. I did provide a memo, kind of overview of this, but basically what it boils down to is we have some industrial acreage off of South Alverno Road. It is served by water. It is served by stormwater, but the nearest sanitary sewer line is about 700, 800 feet away from the area that will likely develop. As a result, it is a relatively substantial cost when a new user is looking to locate there. So they have asked for consideration for the city to run basically the sewer main, and then they would tie into that as part of their development. Because of this unique area, if we do this as a city project, it does open up additional acreage above and beyond this particular project. So it's not just benefiting one business owner, so it seems to make more sense as a public project versus just a private project. So based on that, we did review it and staff is supportive of that. As far as funding is concerned, it is located within a half mile of tax increment district number 21. That is basically the industrial park increment district. That particular one does have a balance and would be able to absorb this cost. At least I believe that's the case. Sean hasn't said no, so I'm assuming that's the case. So ultimately that would be the funding source for this project. So we would design and construct this and then hopefully get at least one industrial development out of it in the next year or two.
Okay. Any questions from the committee? Is there a motion to approve as presented?
So moved.
Second.
The motion and a second. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And opposed? Okay, that passes.
Thank you.
Then we have 26-0595, Wisconsin DNR Surface Wetlands Surcharge Grant Contract for $30,000 with a $0 local match.
Yeah, this one, to kind of rewind a little bit, Public Infrastructure brought this forth back in January as a resolution to authorize to apply for it, which it did go through unanimously and passed by council. So now here we are, fast forward, and the DNR has issued this contract for $30,000 to help with the continued efforts by Brock Wettenkamp to do the Silver Creek project and restore the streamline and stuff like that. So it's really just looking for the formal approval to enter into the contract. As it stated, 30,000 comes from the DNR, and there is no required match from the city.
Those are the best ones. Any discussion?
Is it Brock's birthday too, or? No, I'm kidding. None for me.
Looking for a motion to enter into the agreement?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Okay. That passes. Then we have 26-0464, discussion on Manitowoc Marine Band fundraising agreement.
This agenda item is being referred from the Parks and Recreation Committee. There is a small memo attached to it and some ideas of what the Manitowoc Marine Band would like to have occur at the city location that they use. Unfortunately, the main individual that's kind of spearheading the fundraising is out of the country, so is unable to be here to discuss more. That's why there's no official fundraising agreement on it either. So it carried over in our system onto here, so I think at this time it's probably best to table.
I think we're just gonna hold it till next time.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, then we will move on to our next item, which is 26-0596, request for approval for RFP for audit services for 2026 through 2031, and appointment of audit RFP for review committee.
Attach the RFP on there, but essentially what it says is for our auditors that do our financial audit or annual comprehensive financial report. We last did an RFP back in July of 21. We are entering into the last year of the contract with them. Therefore, we're looking to send out another RFP for our audit services to a variety of individuals to see if one is a more better firm from a pricing standpoint, or just also in the realms of not being complacent with the same auditor for a while. So page 3 kind of goes the timeline schedule of it, but essentially first we wanted to bring it forth to finance to get the okay, and then we'll continue it on through that process. Ultimately, the final contract would come back through this committee once we have met. So any questions?
Any questions from committee? If not, I would look for a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion to approve with a second. Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and opposed? Okay. Then we have 26-0597, resolution for carry forwards to 2026 budget from appropriations from the 2025 budget.
Sure. Similar to years past, this is an annual resolution that we bring forth when we're carrying over any carry forward projects that a department might have that they want to use some remaining funds in 25 and bring it over to 26. That we don't have any of those requests this year, but also another part of the resolution is the larger part in the middle is about the non-lapsing funds, or sometimes called, you might hear it referred to as the assigned funds. So ultimately, these are the accounts where we're allocating specialized dollars for certain projects and or future events. So the details listing what these amounts show is how we would start the beginning of 26. Even though we're 6 months in, the audit has finally wrapped, so now we know these balances, but it's allocating the amounts on there. So it did just, I know it's not on here, but to reference, it did decrease substantially over last year. Last year was around $3 million. A large portion of that was, I just want to call out, was the fire safety equipment line. Currently, is showing a balance of $769,000 and some change. It was larger, but we did take possession of an ambulance and an engine this past year, so we moved those funds out to cover that cost. So that's kind of the purpose. We're putting the money away for future things. Then the expense happens, we take it out, and basically there's no hit to the general fund. So.
I don't recall a year of no carry forward requests that I can recall.
Yeah.
Any questions from the committee?
Nope.
Okay, then we will look for a motion to approve as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second, discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Okay, that passes. Okay, everything else we have requires closed session, so I'll read that notice. Ooh, lengthy. Notice is hereby given that the above governmental body may adjourn to a closed session during the meeting as authorized by section 19851A of the Wisconsin statutes, which authorizes the governmental body to convene in a closed session for the purpose of deliberating concerning a case in which the subject of any judicial or quasi-judicial trial or hearing before the governmental body. The specific subject matter which may be considered in closed session is 26-0598 two-year operator license application for Elemento, 26-0599 two-year operator license application for S. Conley, 26-0600 two-year operator's license application for A. Foster, 26-0601 two-year operator license application for S. Franz. And notice is hereby given that the above governmental body may adjourn into a closed session during the governmental meeting as authorized by section 19.851E of Wisconsin statutes, which authorizes the governmental body to convene in a closed session for the purpose of deliberating or negotiating the purchase of public properties, the investment of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. Specific subject matter that may be considered in closed session is 26-0602, which is Martinez claim for damages greater than $5,000. And 26-0603, a term sheet for tax incremental financing for project located in River Point Drive, lots 1 and 2. The motion to convene in a closed session was made by Alderperson. And second by Schley. And Sickers, aye. Schley.
Aye.
And Bry. All right, we are in closed session. We will be back momentarily. Okay, we are back from closed session. I will take up the documents. 26-0598, two-year operator license application for El Minto. Is there a recommendation from the committee?
Before we make a recommendation, I just want to say, we've looked at a lot of these over a long period of time. And I was very impressed with the list on this particular one of all the people that stepped up to recommend approval on this, particularly Attorney Larson, who is a good friend, but not only a good friend, a damn good attorney, and Cooper Schmidt from the Manitowoc Police Department. And I just wanted to make note of that. With that being said, the recommendation, I want to make a motion that the recommendation of this committee be to approve the license pursuant to 111.335 of the Wisconsin State Statutes.
There's a motion to approve. Is there a second?
So, yes.
Any discussion? See none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and opposed? Okay, if there's no objection, I'll just put that on consent. Then we have 26-0599, two-year operator license application for S. Conley. Is there a recommendation from the committee?
I will keep this one shorter. We'll make a motion pursuant to 111.335 of the Wisconsin State Statutes to approve this license application also.
There's a motion and a second. Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and opposed? Okay, I'll place that also on consent. 26-0600, two-year operator license application for A. Foster. Is there a motion?
Once again, we'll move pursuant to 111.335 of the Wisconsin State Statutes to approve this license.
And second.
Motion and a second. Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, and opposed? Okay, let's place that on consent. Then we have 26-0601, two-year operator license application for S. Franz. Is there a motion?
What the heck? Let's round it out with a motion pursuant to 111.335 to approve the license.
Second.
There's a motion to approve with a second. Discussion? Seeing all those in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Okay, that passes as well. Just for those operator license applications, this is a recommendation from the Finance Committee that get forwarded on to the Common Council meeting. That meeting date is, I don't know, July 20th. That's where council will take final action on that application, being that it's an affirmative recommendation from the Finance Committee, so.
If I can add to that, if you want to come to that council meeting where they will be voting on that and speak again from public comment, feel free to do so. And I want to say I do appreciate all the people that came to speak. Sometimes we get these that no one shows up, and it's not a good look, I guess, is what I'm saying there. So we do appreciate you coming in. Thank you.
Thank you. Then we have 26-0603, term sheet for tax increment financing for project located at River Point Drive lots 1 and 2. Is there a motion from the committee?
We move to recommend approval of the term sheet and directing staff to complete the development agreement and sale of the property.
There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and opposed? Okay, that passes. Thank you. I'll actually pass that one for signatures in a minute. Then we have 26-0602 is the Martinez claim for damages of greater than $5,000. There is no action being taken on this document this evening, so with that does complete our business. We'll look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Mackenzie. Well, thank you.
Your gift for me is that I will not sing to you.
Oh,
You don't want me to.
Yeah,
Well,
I can't get
I
it
want
to
Jill to. That's what I
You really don't want that either.
you.
want. She was the worst.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, no, I know.
I'm pretty awful.
So, what's the word on our vice chair? We heard anything, how we